Danny, you mentioned that there are a lot of compliance issues that you're seeing in the market at the moment. What are the consequences of getting those wrong?
That's a good question. The Fair Work Act is very prescriptive around who is responsible for making sure that the law is complied with. And it's shifted that responsibility so that it applies not only to the employer, but to the humans who work for the employer and help that employer to comply. Because if we think about it, companies, they're not a thing. You know, they're a structure that human beings have thought up. There's not a decision maker that is a company. There's only decision makers that are humans in the operation of that company. And so the attaching of personal consequences for the humans who are making those decisions for the company makes sense in that context. But when you put yourself in the shoes of those humans, the burden is actually very high. And it's not just directors or the CEOs, the really big level managers here. It's the people who are making hiring decisions. It can be HR. If there's an offer that goes out that is less than what the minimum entitlements are, then that's a decision that that particular person made for which they can be held accountable. It's also for payroll managers or even payroll administrators. If they put in the details that apply to a person and they don't do the next necessary step of double checking that that is at least what that person would get under their relevant award or enterprise agreement, then that failure, that tiny little negligence, has huge consequences for that individual. And when I say tiny little negligence, if you imagine you work in a company with heaps and heaps of people that are employed, and you are a payroll administrator, and you are just told, put in this data, then just doing what you're told and not doing it almost feels paranoid, this extra effort of double checking that what you're doing is right, then that decision in respect of each individual employee that you're administering is a tiny little negligence. And so if we close those tiny little negligence gaps and make everybody compliance focused, then we're all going to sleep better at night thinking it's okay, I've dotted my I's, crossed my T's, and nothing got past me today. Everybody's compliant that I touched today. That's the compliance mindset that needs to be brought to bear in this context.